The Augustan era is hailed as a pinnacle of British satirical writing, featuring Swift's renowned works such as Gulliver's Travels and A Modest Proposal. Pope's distinguished pieces like Dunciads, Horatian Imitations, and Moral Essays, Samuel Johnson's notable compositions including The Vanity of Human Wishes and London. Henry Fielding's satirical gems Shamella and Jonathan Wild, and John Gay's celebrated The Beggar's Opera. Although the period saw the creation of several thousand other satirical works, these have, until recently, been widely overlooked by consensus. The central group of scriblerians, consisting of Pope, Swift, Gay, and their colleague John Arbuthnot, is recognized for sharing common satiric objectives. Until recently, these writers were regarded as forming a cohesive school of satire. Following the deaths of Swift and Pope, the rise of the Age of Sensibility ushered in a departure from the often harsh and abrasive tone of the Augustans, leading to a gentler and more diffused form of satire. Many scholars of the 18th century contend that one name stands out prominently in prose satire: Jonathan Swift. Swift, known for both his poetry and prose, addressed a wide array of topics in his satires. Crucially, Swift's satire played a pivotal role in steering prose parody away from simple satire or burlesque. While traditional burlesques or lampoons in prose typically imitated a despised author and swiftly moved towards reductio ad absurdum, Swift took a distinct approach. Rather than merely making fun of a habit, practice, or policy, Swift combined parody, mimicking the form and style of another, with satire in prose. His works would assume the voice of an opponent, imitate the opponent's style, and have the parodic work itself serve as the satire. Swift's inaugural major satire, A Tale of a Tub, introduced an ancients-moderns division, distinguishing between the old and new conceptions of value. The moderns advocated for trade, empirical science, and individual reason above societies, while the ancients believed in the inherent and immanent value of birth, prioritizing society over the individual's determinations of the good. In Swift's satire, the moderns appeared insane and proud of their insanity, dismissive of the value of history. In Swift's powerful satire, Gulliver's Travels, autobiography, allegory, and philosophy intertwine throughout the various journeys. Thematically, the work serves as a critique of human vanity and pride. The first book, detailing the journey to Lilliput, begins with a portrayal of the existing world. The second book unveils that the idealized nation of Brobding, governed by a philosopher king, proves unsuitable for a contemporary Englishman. Book 4 presents the land of the Houyhnhnms, a society of horses ruled by pure reason, depicting humanity itself as a group of yahoos, covered in filth and dominated by base desires. This portrayal emphasizes the notion that the very desire for reason may be undesirable, prompting humans to strive not to be yahoos or Houyhnhnms. As Book 3 illustrates the consequences when reason is unleashed without considering morality or utility, resulting in madness, ruin, and starvation. Other satirists opted for a milder approach, adopting a bemused stance and emphasizing light-hearted humor. Tom Brown, Ned Ward, and Tom D'Urfey were prose and poetry satirists whose works surfaced in the early part of the Augustan Age. Tom Brown made a significant contribution to this genre with amusements serious and comical, calculated for the meridian of London. Ned Ward's noteworthy work was The London Spy, which, preceding The Spectator, assumed the role of an observer and reported back in an uncomprehending manner. Tom D'Urfey's Wit and Mirth, or Pills to Purge Melancholy, presented another satire, aiming to offer entertainment rather than convey a specific political message, achieved through coarse and catchy songs. Especially following Swift's success, parodic satire held a strong appeal for authors throughout the 18th century. Various factors contributed to the surge in political writing and satire, with Robert Walpole's success and dominance in the House of Commons serving as a particularly effective immediate cause for polarized literature and, consequently, the rise of parodic satire. Parodic satire involved dissecting the cases and plans of policy without necessarily presenting a normative or positive set of values in contrast. Hence, it became an ideal method of attack for ironists and conservatives, individuals unable to articulate a set of values to advocate for change but capable of condemning current changes as ill-considered. Satire permeated all genres during the Augustan period, primarily manifesting in political and religious debates. Virtually every significant politician and political act faced satirical attacks, with parodic satires also emerging in the realm of political and religious discourse. Satire's omnipresence and influence during the Augustan age led to its characterization as the Age of Satire in literary history.